The other thing we need to think about is preparation time versus class time. A lesson might be absolutely fantastic, but if it takes me 3 hours to prepare and only 10 minutes with my students, this is not good for me, because I'm busy. Yeah? And I don't have time to prepare 3 hours for 10 minutes. So I need to make sure that there's a balance. Yeah? So the other thing is it reusable? Yeah. How many times do you think I have used this? Many times. So many times that I laminated it. Because I can reuse it again and again and again. Which means I don't have any prep time. Not for this, because it's ready. So if I can prepare materials that are reusable, this is very, very good for me. Yeah. If I can reuse it with the same students from one day to the next day, or if I can use it with different groups of students, it's really, really good for me. Yeah. Is it easy to adapt? Yeah. So we might decide that some of the lesson isn't meaningful for my students, or some of the lesson isn't achievable for my students. But can I change it? So for example, if there's loads of names, and they're, Wendy, Steve, Peter, David, Philip, and who are my students, too many new names, they don't know these names. So I can change the names and use Siwa, Ashok, Padam, Gun. I can just change it. A little change, and suddenly it becomes more familiar to my students. Yeah. If it's more familiar to my students, it's easier for them to understand. Easier for them to grab hold of. They will understand it much quicker. Okay. So. And the last one is, are the materials easy to understand? If the instructions are very complicated, it might be very difficult to use with your students. So on your table, I'm going to give you some different activities.